Hello, it's Charlotte, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am a Squarespace SEO expert, and here on my YouTube channel and on my blog, I create lots of content all about Squarespace SEO, obviously, and also web design development, online marketing, running a business, all that sort of thing. And in this video, we are going to be sharing 6 tips to improve the SEO of the services pages on your Squarespace website. So in other words, SEO for the services pages on your Squarespace website. That's what we're going to be looking at today. And how this is going to work is in just a second, I'm going to share my screen and show you everything on the back end of my website. Yes. And, and you can follow along. So if you have a services page on your Squarespace website, then you're definitely going to want to improve this because SEO is so important for getting your services in front of people on the internet. And if you're not making sales of your services, booking clients, reaching potential customers, then you don't have a business, right? You have a hobby, as they say. So SEO can be one of the great ways that you help to market your business. And this is what I'm going to go over to you. And it's really easy because or simple, I should say. The steps that I'm going to show you are things that you can literally do. Like, feel free to just pause the video, walk along with it, add things, subtract, make changes as we go. And doing this, you'll be probably, if you follow these tips, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people. So let's get right on into it. I am going to share my screen. Here we go. And before we dive into it, I want to remind you that I have a free Squarespace SEO checklist. So if you haven't grabbed a copy of it, you can grab it down below in the description. And this is a free PDF and it has been downloaded by thousands of people. So you're an excellent company here. And this Squarespace SEO checklist is for anyone who is anywhere in their SEO journey. So we have some people who are complete beginners and they want it as like a roadmap, an idea of like where to go, where to get started, all that sort of thing. And then we also have a lot of people who use it that are maybe more intermediate. They've dabbled a little bit, but they want to make sure that they are, like dotting the I's and crossing the T's, as we say. They don't want to forget anything. So either way, grab a copy of the Squarespace SEO checklist. It's just down below, and you can thank me in advance for this. It's going to be really helpful for you. Okay, so now let's dive into the topic, which is improving the SEO or SEO tips of the services page on your Squarespace website. Okay, so we're going to go through that right now. And okay, to begin, the very first thing that I like to say, tip number 1, is don't put everything on one page. Okay, and what I mean by that, let me show you. Sit tight. So you can see here that if you go to the front end of my website, I have this tab in the main navigation called Work With Me. And this is my services page overview. So this might be for you too, if you have like multiple services. You don't want to list everything on one page. Instead, what you want to do is kind of do, again, in this case, like my main, one of my offerings is my Squarespace SEO audit and consulting sessions. So I have a little bit of information about it, and then it clicks to the next page. And same thing here too about my signature program, Top Squarespace SEO. There's a little bit of information about the program, but not everything. And then it goes to the sales page, right? And then we get down to the footer and all that sort of thing. So you see what I'm doing here. The first SEO tip is I'm really like creating new pages to do that, right? And how that looks on the back end, I can show you as well. So here I've got my Work With Me page, right? And that's just created as like a normal like index page or whatever in the back end of my Squarespace website. And oh, hold on, it's a little slow, I think, because I'm like running Zoom and everything. And so this is just a regular page in my main navigation. And then down here in the not linked section, this is where I have, again, the separate longer form content for the Squarespace SEO audit and consulting, and then my program, Top Squarespace SEO. So again, these pages, like this one in particular, this standalone page for Squarespace SEO audit consulting, this page does really well for me from an SEO point of view. And I think that's because, again, I have one main idea on one page, right? And then my other offering, my signature program, Top Squarespace SEO, again, that's separate on another page. I'm not using this Work With Me page here as like full sales pages and all the info for both products on one page. Do you see what I mean? And again, this is going to be really helpful from an SEO point of view, because when Google crawls and indexes, first of all, the work with me page, they're like, okay, this is like kind of valuable, but we're more so creating this page for like the user, the website visitor. But Google is going to find these two separate pages, the audit and consulting, and then my program, Top Squarespace SEO page. These long form content pages are the ones that are much more likely to rank, and they do, in Google as compared to the traffic on just this services page. So that is something I really recommend that you do, something similar. And again, whether you're setting it up as just like pages, or if you're setting it up as like a folder with drop downs, I don't really care, but don't put everything on one page. Okay. All right, now let's get moving on to the second point, number 2, which is I want you to lean into long form content. Long form content it's like bread and butter for SEO, okay? Google, remember, pages that rank well in an online search are going to be pages that Google thinks are the best, highest quality, most relevant pages to someone's online search. And the way to do that, to like prove your value to Google, is to really make a long page. Like you can see here on this page, like look at how long, look at this, look at the scroll, respect that, right? There's so much info. And in it, I'm really spending a lot of time talking about like what this program is, who it's for, blah, blah, blah. I have lots of testimonials on here, which we'll get to in a second. I'm saying it's right for you if, like, here's this, blah, 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 right? So I'm really like, I'm giving so much information to Google about the service, explaining what it is, who it's for, key features, outcomes, like anything that someone needs to know about signing up for this program. And the page is long, and I don't shy away from the fact that I'm giving everyone all the information they need to make a purchasing decision, which also benefits Google, and they see the page as really valuable. So that's another tip for you is, again, don't be afraid to lean into long form content on the services pages that you create, right? Like if you're thinking, is this too long? No, no, it's not, it's fine. Okay. And then that brings me to point number 3, which is think about creating the content on your page as if it's standalone. Okay. And what I mean by that, what I mean by a standalone page is that this page, remember how I told you this services page, because it's really long, the long form content or whatever, it shows up really well in a Google search result, which means that a lot of times people are coming to this page of my website without having been anywhere else on my website yet. This page, because it's so well optimized, it does so well, it performs like very highly, many people come and find me and my brand and my business through this services page, again, without having seen anything else on the website. So when you're creating the long form content of the page, really create it in a way that, like, if someone lands on this page and they haven't been anywhere else on your site, are you giving them information contextually about, again, who you are, your business, your offerings, like all of that sort of thing, right? Think about, like, if someone's coming here for the very first time and just arriving to your website on this services page, can they figure out what's going on and also how to navigate maybe to other parts of the website as well? So thinking about the services page as a standalone page on your website, and again, the first point of interaction for a lot of your potential clients and customers, once you start thinking about the page in that way, it will, again, like I said, change what kind of content you put on it. And again, leaning into the long form content, they kind of go hand in hand, but think about it that way. You literally read the page as if you're coming at it fresh and you don't know anything else. Does that make sense, right? And does that make sense for the person who's reading it and landing on the page, but also does that make sense to you watching this video? Okay, cool. Point number 4 that we're going to talk about, the next SEO tip that's really helpful is testimonials. Google loves, again, social proof. They want to see that your website or your services are performing well and that you're doing a good job with your services. And so anytime you can add testimonials to your website, that is going to be beneficial, right? And when you're doing that, it can just be like a simple format, like what I've done with, an image, text, and then a link out to the website or something. The link out could be optional. Maybe not everyone has that or whatever, but adding testimonials, again, really helpful for Google. It helps show the like legitimacy, I guess, of the service. It really helps Google to decide, oh, this is valuable and worth ranking well because other people are reading it and stuff. So adding testimonials to your services page, I really recommend doing it. And again, there's lots of different ways you can structure that from a design point of view, but adding testimonials to your services page will definitely help you out from SEO. Okay, next point that we're going to talk about here, I think this is point number 5, is I want you to make sure that your services page has images. Images are so important for SEO. And whether we're talking about like, a full width banner image, like I have at the top of my page, or, just like cute little graphic images, or, images on your, like, whatever you call it, the testimonials, my suite clients, all of these kind of images that you have are going to be really beneficial. Oh yeah, cute other image, whatever. You see, they're nothing crazy, but they can be helpful to Google because when Google is crawling and indexing the page, they like to see that you have a variety of content on the website. And if you've named your images correctly, which I hope you have, I think I have a video actually that talks about naming images. So I'll link that one up above or right here. I don't know, wherever it is, I'll link to it. Naming the images, again, can have a really be beneficial for SEO. So if you're having a services page, don't just make it a big chunk of text. Instead, make sure that you're adding different videos different images or even videos. If you have them, that can be beneficial too. But again, Google likes to see images, so don't be afraid of adding those. Okay, and then that brings us to the last point on the SEO front, which is make sure that you are filling out the settings on your Squarespace website for the services page. So let's take a look at some of these. So for example, with my Squarespace SEO audit and consulting page, if I open it up here, you want to make sure that your page title is nice and clear, right? Maybe the navigation title, this may or may not be as important depending on how you've structured your page, whatever. And a nice clean URL slug, right? That's helpful. And then over on the SEO tab as well, you want to make sure that you have filled out the SEO title field and then also filled out the SEO description. Okay, so in the SEO description, again, you're telling Google what the page is about, explaining the service, explaining the offering, and sometimes this might show up in search results, but also it's really helpful for Google before they crawl and index the website. So making sure that you're filling out these settings on the back end of the Squarespace website is going to be really beneficial for you. Okay. And there you have it. We have now gone through 6 SEO tips for the services page on your Squarespace website. It's a bit of a mouthful, but we continue on. I hope this was helpful for you. And let me know if anything on this list is new to you, if you've maybe been doing some of them already, or if you're like, oh, Charlotte, thanks for the reminder. Let me know. You can leave me a comment down below or like this video. And remember that I have lots more content all about Squarespace, SEO, web design and development, online marketing, business here on my YouTube channel or over on my blog, and lots more resources as well, just to help you out with your Squarespace SEO journey. All of that is on my website. So take a look. You can just binge, go down the rabbit hole, if you will. There's so much here for you. And if you ever have any questions about Squarespace SEO, feel free to leave them as a comment down below or any video suggestions that you might have, and I will definitely take that into consideration. And before you go, don't forget to grab the Squarespace SEO checklist. The link is in the description down here. And I think that's it. I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Pleasure. Always a pleasure, never a chore. And have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again soon in the next video. Bye.